Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play, briefly, Subnautica, episode number 3. So in this one I promised base building, and it's true, we're going to get to that. I kind of have a lot of things lined up for us, in fact. I just need to make sure I have to align us with the correct trajectory. Okay, let's pivot. I want to go this way. So I have found the fragments of the sea moth, which, excuse me, are going to be useful for getting us into the sea moth well. Yeah, this is natural. You need to unlock the technology before you can use it. Anyway, the sea moth is probably going to be your biggest technological breakthrough. When you get her unlocked, it's really... Is this it? I think it's this way. Yep, there it is. So what you're going to find is in the blood kelp biome, there's going to be these little broken ship fragments, and oh boy, we have... Oh, I haven't unlocked land sharks yet either. Well, we can try to do two birds, one stone. I'm doing... Oh, that was a biter. That was a biter. That was not a... Got it. I got it. I got the sea moth. And there's the... Can we get him? Whoa. Okay, he disappeared. Well, I'm not going to try to get those guys. They are obviously way above my pay grade.
Caution, 30 seconds.
And we don't have enough oxygen left. So, that's what I want to do. I think I only have one. Well, we are going to need one more creep vine cluster. So on the way back, let's just grab one. Creep vine clusters, these seed clusters I should say, are the bright glowing things in the night. We just need to snag one. We could snag tons, but as you can see in the top left, we don't have the inventory. Our inventory is full. So, back to the ship we go, and I've kind of been collecting a lot of things that we're going to need. Excuse me once again. Hopefully, all the things we need now to create one, we need a habitat builder tool. This is going to allow us to fabricate the metal sheets that we need. On two, I also want to make sure we have a vehicle, like construction pod or whatever they're called. So I'll just demonstrate both of these things as soon as we board. Okay, here we go. So what I'm talking about is we need, tools. We need a habitat builder in order to fabricate these metal parts that, build ourselves a habitat, hence the tool name. In order to do that, it says we need a computer chip and a battery. To get a computer chip, we need table coral samples ×2 and silver and quartz. I have the quartz, it's in the storage component here. I'll show us table coral. That's compared to bleach. Common coral, I'll show the difference, but the other thing we need to get, or that I want to demonstrate at least, is this mobile vehicle bay construction thing. This it says mobile vehicle bay. Yeah, that means basically a mobile vehicle construction. So for this we need lubricant and a power cell. Now I've already gotten one battery, but to make a power cell we're going to need silicon rubber and 2 batteries. I can make a battery because all you need is acid mushroom and a copper core, and we can see here I have my copper, I got my 2 acid. So let's go ahead and make another battery. Now the only thing we're missing is this silicon rubber, which unfortunately shares the resource with my creepvine seed clusters. You can see silicon rubber takes 2, and lubricant takes 3. So I guess the question is, which one do we want to build first? The vehicle construction bay or the habitat builder? And I think we'll do the vehicle construction bay first, just because in terms of inventory space, once this thing is created, we will also then release it to the surface. Although I don't know where it's going to go until we have our construction. So yeah, I'm going to reverse that decision and go back to getting the computer chip, which is cool. Now we can go and look at coral. So if you run up to anything like this, these giant coral tubes give you just generic common coral. So you can see I picked up a common coral sample, and here it is right here. However, if you want to get the ones you need for the computer chips, you need these table coral. And just one little slice. Go collect it. There's one. They used to break up into pieces, just slicing one, and then you'd have... we don't have room. Let me just drink this water. We only need 2 of these anyways, but I thought they broke up into pieces. Looks like one only counts for 1 now. Come on, get it. Helps if I press the right button. Okay, that's good. Now we should be able to build that computer chip. That is, I suppose, acting like the silicon base, or the... I don't know, actually. Yeah, probably. Whatever the case may be, we just need to grab the quartz from our storage container here. We don't have space. Well, this is a devil of a situation. Since we're going to be going with the tool first, computer chip. Look, I mean, we're going to need the lubricant and we're going to need the silicone rubber both. So let's just get the lubricant right now. It's going to save us the most amount of inventory space. Now I can actually play around with things. Okay, move the quartz over. I think I grabbed it. And there we go, computer chip. Now, we're still missing, actually, 1 battery, which we're going to need to actually power the habitat builder. No, it appears that I have an extra battery. How is that the case? Oh, yeah, because I have 2 batteries which are going to make my power cell. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll cheat. We'll just steal one of those for the time being. We'll get our habitat builder. This episode is, after all, about base building. Now, the trick for base building is, well, not much of a trick at all. I mean, there are tricks involved, but the basic premise is simple. Take your habitat builder, take just as much titanium as you can possibly carry with you. For that, we're actually going to deposit our titanium ingot, at least one of them. Glass can be useful because you will be using that to build any parts that are glass on the habitat. So even your hatches are going to be made from glass. Not that they would have to be in real life, but that's just the way. The only option you have is a see-through glass hatch. So let's go ahead and make more glass. Quartz is kind of found very abundantly on the bottom of the seafloor in all biomes, I think, but or maybe it's just in the common biomes, at least the one we're in. So 2 glass should be enough to at least get us started. The things we're going to want first is a foundation, which I think takes 4 titanium. We're going to want a lot of those because those increase the hit points of our base, the structural integrity. We need glass for the hatches, as I've alluded to. Other than that, it's all about titanium. It's just a lot of titanium. And wherever we go, I do have a place picked out. In fact, it's the place we just were at. It's not ideal. I actually think that, well, the way things normally work if you're not trying to rush through and just do base building like I'm trying to do here, is you would get the sea glide first. That's not the sea moth. That's the, anyway. Zoom around, and you'll eventually get the vehicle construction bay, which we are also trying to do. Right now I'm just going to steal some more of those seed clusters if I can. I see some there, some there. Yeah, we got several in this direction. I prefer to steal the ones from the bottom more because I like the ones closer to me. They help me actually see where... Come on. I guess my inventory is full. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, we are quite full. Well, actually, 2 is all we need to get the what I need, which is the silicone rubber. Yes. So we're not actually headed out to build our base quite yet, which means I shouldn't have overburdened myself with titanium. Might as well get the silicone developed. I don't think we have enough inventory space for the vehicle construction bay, though. Yeah, let's get this silicone rubber. So now we have lubricant, we have silicone rubber. That's going to help us with our inventory space by itself. What are we missing for that? Let's see. So we need a power cell. We have everything we need except for a power cell. And for a power cell, we're just missing a battery. Well, that's really not that difficult. We have the copper, so all we need is 2 acid mushrooms. 1, 2. Well, that was very simple. Okay. Let's get that done. Oh, yes, we have to make the battery first. What? I need to grab a copper ore. That's perfectly fine. Okay, electronics, battery, and then give me a power supply. Power cell. And now, do I have everything we need? We do! So let's put this mobile vehicle bay in our inventory. Takes up quite a bit of space, as you can see, a 3x3 spot. And the rest of our inventory, as it should be, is filled with titanium. Okay, so now I think, with the exception of possibly grabbing 2 more quartz, we'll wait on that for a little while. Let's go build a base. Yeah, it wants us to release this vehicle bay, but I highly recommend you release the vehicle bay in deeper water, because eventually you're going to want to build the Nautilus, which is this huge... Oh, we're going to run out of food soon, too. But this really huge submarine. And it needs to be in somewhat deep water in order to not hit the bottom. It has like a depth of... I know that there's actual statistics on it, but I'm just going to guess 25 meters, 30 meters. So don't put it right next to your home base. Even this is certainly far enough, but I prefer to put it right over my new base. So let's go to this. I want it right on the edge of the 2 biomes. In my opinion, that's the best you can do, and even better is if you can get... Looks like it's going to be nighttime soon, which is not ideal for base building. But even more ideal is if you can get it deeper. I would say 80 meters, 60 to 80 meters is a good... I think is a good depth, and by 3 biomes is even better. This doesn't look ideal. Of course, even better, like, if you want to add the extra gold star to your location, have it near one of these air supplies. Which is just going to help you fabricating it. So, we have our habitat builder now. All we're going to do when we want to start building is right-clicking. I'm going to go with a foundation first. Is that us being attacked? I mean, it's not a good sign that we're in the area where we can be attacked. I really wanted to avoid... I thought I scouted this place out and I thought it was pretty friendly. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. I like kind of being over and outcropping because later on when you build... Come up a little bit more. Later on when you build a vehicle bay in your base, it's really nice to have that vehicle bay with a lot of water underneath it so that your sea moth can easily escape and go back in. Now we need to get to that. I see it's over here. We need oxygen very badly. Just barely missed him. He's probably still after us. There he is. Gonna have to use my knife on this guy. And we fended him off. Good for the time being. I'll take some more oxygen and we'll continue working on our bay. Okay, back we go. So it is nighttime. Those critters will be a little more frisky than normal. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh god. Is that... Not coming after me though. Okay. So this base is on an angle, which is not something I want to see. But 70 meters is about the right length for it. So there we go. We have a little pad for ourselves. I'll have my sea moth entrance eventually over here. Okay, so let's actually build a corridor, which we need to actually get into. Let's see. How do I want to design this one? Most importantly, the multi-purpose rooms are going to be your go-to. These are going to be, at least one is necessary, I would say. Necessary is, well, okay, not exactly, but highly, highly desirable. I don't know what this sand shark is doing in the wrong biome. He's really throwing things off. Come on, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He did it. It is nighttime, like I said. They're gonna be... Oh, God, he got me. But we got the oxygen we needed. I'll just use our med kit. Oh yeah. Now, these guys are tougher customers. Hey, you know what? We haven't scanned you yet. The circle strafe, as with most games in this world, works wonders. Can I just stab you? Do you take that? How do you like being stabbed? No? You don't like it? Don't ruin my base, damn it. Get out of here.
Caution.
Get out of here.
Of oxygen remaining.
Oh, we've made him mad. It sounds like he's not alone. Well, we might just drown here. No, we're pretty close to the surface.
Emergency. 10 seconds.
Not the best place to build a base. Gosh, I tried to find a place without all these hoodlums, but alas. Alright, well, let's continue on then. We want to get... What kind of corridor do I want to build here? I typically build the X corridors everywhere, but let's try to make this base a little bit more sensible. We'll rotate this, Q and E, you can see on the top left. What if we have a hatch here? This is good enough. Let's not overthink it. Let's have that as the basic principle. Not to overthink. Yeah, I think this is good. I have a 4-way here. Notice that on the top left, all these things are reducing my base strength. The only things that improve your base strength are these foundations. Maybe we can sneak in one more over here. No, no, no. Nah, okay, let's just go get water, air.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
They're after us again. Damn it, anyhow. You know, you kill these guys, you stab them, you just don't pay any attention.
Caution. 30 seconds.
Well, one way we could actually get oxygen is if we can get our base powered. Unfortunately, that usually requires solar cells, which we haven't set up for ourselves quite yet. Okay, so let's actually just go for the surface. It's a beautiful night out.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, back down we go. Try to get this base building done, then you've seen base building. And I will feel like my task here is done. My job is complete. That looks fine to me. Look at that. Big, beautiful underwater base. And I also want one more of these if I can afford it. There, perfect. Okay, very good. Now, let's go inside our new base. We need to build a hatch to do that. Lots of places you can put a hatch. You can put one on top here. No, wait. You can put one on top here, which I think I will do.
Caution. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining. Calorie intake recommended.
I see that our food supply is getting a bit low. Last thing we're going to need before this base really becomes functional is some solar cells. So let's go to the power tab. We need titanium and quartz for this, and we don't have any of that stuff. So, the good news is I do have a lot of that stuff back at base. If we swim along the surface, it shouldn't take quite as long. Although it doesn't look all that pretty with the water, freezing like that. Just right on cue. Come on, take it down a little bit more. There's a real sweet spot right below the surface where it still considers you on the surface. There it is. That's the one. So you want to be swimming faster, but... Alright, so let's grab quartz, titanium, all the things. Which I have very little of. Okay, well, this is momentarily problematic, let's just say. We'll have to scoop up some quartz. That itself is not that difficult. And we also need some titanium. So we're going to look for outcroppings. We're going to look for predominantly those sheets of metal. This will be titanium, but it's much faster if you can just grab those sheet metal, scrap metal. Much, much faster. Okay, there, I see one. And we have 2 quartz over here as well. This is good. Plus this little tube corridor should be full. of outcroppings for us. Okay, and let's get some more titanium. Or copper, as the case may be. We are pretty low on food, so come back here. Oh, I dug in the sand instead of actually grabbing him. Titanium. Lead, that's fine. We can use a little bit of lead.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
You become remarkably less concerned about her emergency warnings as this game progresses, almost numb to them. Oh, take that. Any other scrap metal we should pick up while we're here? No, I don't see any. Okay, so let's go in. That has probably secured us a fair amount of stuff. Let's see, we have titanium from the metal salvage. Okay, we want the quartz by itself right now for the solar panels. Let's grab some food. Just enough to survive. Probably grab another health kit.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Good, we're stabilizing. That sounds good. Grab one of these. Grab one of these, but I'll take a new one, and we'll use one. That's good. My food is probably not high enough to allow me to increase my health, so this won't go up unless you have high enough food, as far as I remember. If I remember correctly. One thing I didn't do, which is very important, is I should get a beacon. I think to get the beacon, we might not have the capabilities. Let's see if we have. We need copper wire. Actually, that shouldn't be too hard. Copper wire, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the things. I mean, copper is one of the things we have a lot of. So let's get that. So these beacons are really important because you need to be able to mark where your base is. So I only use them for bases, or you can take one with you if it's a really important site. Exploring and charting the environment should not be undertaken without appropriate equipment and supplies. You should stay within 2 kilometers of a life pod or habitat at all times. Interesting, I don't remember that message. But let's go take this over to where our base now is, if I can. So I have to line this up with that divot. So just like this. Okay, let's go this way then. Oh, it's messy. There we go. Can we go a little bit higher? A little higher. No, too high. Too high. There's a sweet spot, I'm just not getting it. There it is. Oh, well, too well. Where is our base? It shouldn't be too hard to see. Perhaps it's been destroyed already. There it is. There she is. I think a lot of people would build their initial base a little bit further away, and I mean, that's not something I would complain about. I think that's a good idea. Copper. Unfortunately not what I really wanted, but that's okay. So let's get to it then. We need to get some solar panels up if we're going to power this base. And if you enter a base which is not powered, well, it doesn't work very well. I like to put my solar panels right on top of my main thing. It gives them a little bit extra height.
Caution. 30 seconds.
And you're already planning to defend your main base, so keeps things pretty simple. Okay, base powered, all primary systems online. Let's get 2 of these though.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
And then the great thing is we can now enter our base.
Report, Captain.
Power going up very slowly, and here's our massive thing. We're going to want probably a bio reactor in the middle of this. Had we got the ability to construct that? I don't know. A bioreactor, indeed. So that's where it should go, right in the middle. Really nice. However, we need lubricant for that, so we won't be able to build that quite yet. But here's our base, and it's really cool. This will slowly replenish our oxygen even, because the power, one of the functions of this base is to act as an oxygen filtration or something. I don't know how to exactly explain it. I don't know how it's abstracted in this game. But being inside the base does allow you... Oh, we could use this. In fact, if we... One of the things we want to get first and foremost is one of those replicators that was on our life pod. Okay, I don't need this stuff. I need just basic, generic titanium. That's the stuff. Yes, just like that. If we can get that, then we can fabricate everything we need down here. And we're really up and running at that point. Damn, I knew this was sandstone.
Caution. 30 seconds of
No,
oxygen remaining.
I don't want sandstone. We need normal titanium. Just generic old titanium. Maybe we already have enough. Let's find out. Okay, habitat builder. I need a replicator. Fabricator, that's the one. Okay, so we need a wiring kit and a computer chip. Well, sad to say that is not going to happen in this episode. We certainly have a long way to go for that. But our base is powered. It's nice. It's up. It's running. We should deploy our beacon. Let's make that number 5. So we'll just drop that right below it. Maybe like right here. Right click. Now I want to go over, that's facing the wrong way. I want to edit beacon label. I'm going to make this base 01. Or we can just maybe go alpha base. And we can have Bravo, etc. So there it is. This is now alpha base. As we swim away, you can see alpha base is visible.
Of oxygen remaining.
We'll grab a little bit of oxygen here. It does not go up very quickly. Obviously a lot faster almost every other way. But fast enough to be able to get us to the surface. So now as we swim, what in God's name are... Our life pod has swam its way over here. What the hell? How did you do this? Are you the life pod? This is the same one, right? Good God, it is. Well, I think this is a bug, or maybe this is a new feature that's been introduced. Whatever it is, it's very surprising to me. Last thing we can do, though, is... I mean, this is actually really helpful. I want to release this mobile vehicle bay. So let's go right above alpha base, and right-click to release it. There she goes to the surface. And this is our means of constructing stuff. Now, you saw in the beginning of this episode that we completed. We have the sea moth as a design we can create. Now, it's going to take a lot, right? Titanium ingot, which we have, power cell, which we can get, glass, lubricant. But this is the single best vehicle in the game. So, I'm going to call this episode to a close here. We've done a lot of good stuff. And it's kind of a benefit that the vehicle bay is here because now I can use the replicator. And the only disadvantage is now we don't have two bases spread apart. They're right on top of each other. And that is kind of bad. However, those are all kind of things I'll address in the next video. If I do another video, which I think I will, that one will be about getting the sea moth up and running, and then we'll explore the Nautilus herself. What did I... That's the Nautilus. What is the underwater submarine you can get called? I don't remember. But it doesn't matter. It has a name. It's a big submarine. It's a lot of fun to drive. But I'll save all that for the next episode. So thanks for watching. And if I don't continue the series, I'll put a note on the title. Otherwise, you can expect one more video where we drive around the sea moth and explore the Nautilus herself. Until then, take care.